Hi, everybody. Dan Illman here, taking a look at race number 7 at Louisiana Downs on Louisiana Cup Saturday. This race is the $50,000 Louisiana Cup Turf Classic. We're going 1 1/16 miles on the turf. It is a big and bulky field. It is also a very evenly matched group, and we might be able to find some decent prices in this race. There should be a decent pace going on. As we take a look at the Timeform US pace projector, you'll note the red bar scenario. In Timeform US parlance, that means they're expecting a fast pace up front, and that could benefit horses coming from the rear of the field. The 7 Sidster, going from dirt to turf, has raced successfully once on turf in the past and went gate to wire in that race. I would expect that horse to make the front. The 2 Trevillon has tactical speed, getting blinkers for the first time. It'll be interesting to see if that horse is keyed up. The 4 In the Navy is also fast out of the stall. So I think the pace is going to be solid in here, and it could work to the benefit of a closer, maybe a closer at a giant price, like the number 1 Silver King, who is 50 to 1 on the morning line. Let's go back to Silver King's most recent turf start. 4 races back, going 7.5 furlongs at Evangeline. Now, he got a fast pace that he needed in this race, and he's going to roll past them all to win, beating 3 next out winners. The issue, that race was a condition claimer. He's facing much tougher competition in here, and his buyer speed figures, well, they're kind of light when compared to some of the other major contenders in this race. But if you're looking for just a big bomb to blow up the tote board that might get the right pace scenario and has run some good races on the turf, well, Silver King's for you. That was his one and only turf start to date. He is making his second start off of the claim. The 2 is Trevillon. This is a horse who's only raced twice on turf. One good third-place effort in the Louisiana Legends. 3 starts back. His first start off of the break on the 4th of July, and he sat a nice trip 3 wide. It looked like he was in major contention in the stretch, and he just flattened out a little bit. His most recent start at Louisiana Downs was a disappointment. He was up close to the pace in between horses, and he tired badly in the stretch. A very good trainer, Ron Fauché, is going to put blinkers on. And Trevillon, while I think it's going to sharpen his speed a little bit, he's versatile enough where I believe he's going to break, and he's going to try to settle into that prime pocket position. Pace tracking, ground saving, in behind the leaders. Maybe the blinkers wake Trevillon up a little bit. I do believe he has the talent to contend with these horses. He just might be a little bit off form. The blinkers might be just what the doctor ordered. The 3 is Nippy Red, another horse going dirt to turf. 3 starts back. Nippy Red just couldn't go with optional claiming types. He was close to a solid pace. Maybe that worked against him, but the pace is going to be fast once again here, and this horse has already tried turf 6 times to no avail. He might be a bit of a long shot in tough in this race. The 4 is In the Navy. In the Navy likes Louisiana Downs, and maybe just getting back here is going to be what it takes to wake him up. In the Navy last time out in the Louisiana Legends turf showed good speed, and he just faltered in the stretch. He is a horse who recently has been breaking a little slow, then rushing up. If that happens in here, he could be in trouble, considering the pace scenario. But getting back to Louisiana Downs, maybe he is just a horse for course. In the Navy is interesting simply with that angle alone, although the pace scenario and his current form has me asking some questions. The 5 is Maguise, who just finished 5th in an allowance race on the turf, and this is a horse who's likable. He's won 10 times, he's finished second 14 times, he's very honest, and he's going to get the right pace setup. I think he's more of a dirt horse than a turf horse, but give a classy horse some pace, and a horse like Maguise is going to be running late, someone you might want to consider on the bottom of exotic wagers. Let's watch Boudreaux Talking's most recent race. This horse ran very, very well. There was not a lot of pace on in this open optional claimer in his first start off of the claim, and he's just going to roll by everybody as an even money favorite should. He is 5 for 7 at Louisiana Downs. He's in excellent form. He's going to get the right pace set up. His new barn has just been on an absolute tear at this meet, and Boudreaux Talking just seems like the horse that they all might have to beat. A repeat of that 84 buyer, and that's certainly not out of the question, makes him very tough. Sidster might be the more intriguing runner in this field. As I mentioned, he's only raced once prior on turf. That was back at, say, 2-year-old at the fairgrounds, and he went gate to wire that day as the favorite. The runner-up then came back to win by 9 lengths in an off-the-turf race, graduating with a 77 Beyer. Sidster has done some good things on the dirt. He has run sparingly this year. This is only going to be his second start since March, but he has good speed. He handles the turf, and he is a lightly raced 3-year-old with a lot of upside potential. I am a little bit concerned about the pace as he steps back up to face older horses. Bistreya is the number 8, and we're going to watch his most recent effort, a third-place finish in an allowance race where he said, I thought, a pretty good trip. He's up close to the pace at a big price. He just finishes an even third, and he is in form right now. His 2 starts off of the break, a win on the dirt, this race that we just saw on the turf, and this race produced a solid Beyer speed figure, an 82 number. This is a horse that likes to run second and third. He's going to get a good pace situation. I think he's going to sit in mid-pack off of a solid pace, likely making a mid-move into it, turning into the stretch. It's just a question of how good he is. Bistreya, I think, might be knocking on the door as a fringe contender. Number 9 in here is Trey's Midnight Moon. And let's watch Trey's Midnight Moon's most recent race at Evangeline. And he ran okay this day. He ran third. I thought the pace was okay for him to run at. Maybe it wasn't great. He was the beaten favorite. It breaks a 2-race win streak for Trey's Midnight Moon. This is a horse that's won 9 times in his career, but he's going to be making his debut at Louisiana Downs. I really like this horse's running style for this race. He is in good form. He's going to be running on at the end of this race. 7-2 on the morning line for Trey's Midnight Moon. I think that seems about fair. Maybe if he could tick up even a price, a point or two, he could be a bit of an overlay. Big Boy Dave Rex is up next. Let's watch his most recent effort. He just went gate to wire on these horses, going 7.5 furlongs at Louisiana Downs. And I think the pace was solid. It was not spectacular, to say the least. It's not as fast as the pace is likely to be on Saturday. The good news for Big Boy Dave Rex, the number 10, is he is proven from off of the pace as well. And breaking from this outside post, I think they're going to break running, try to get good position, settle just off the leaders, and try to come with a strong finish. The last race was a career-best Beyer of 80. He is in fine form. I want to see him do it again, even though he will be a good price, as he's stepping up in class and faces a tougher pace situation. Luckenbacher, the 11, tries turf for the first time. He's by Mr. Bezilou, 10% winners with turf routers. The dam was a stakes winner on dirt who placed on the turf. She has foaled 1 turf winner. Luckenbacher coming off a good effort, around 2 turns at the fairgrounds last time out, but a lot of things working against him. He's a 3-year-old taking on older horses for the first time. He hasn't run since March, and he is trying a completely different surface. It just seems like a tough spot and a lot to ask for the 11, Luckenbacher. Like Mike is the number 12. Like Mike last time out, really no match is the favorite for Big Boy Dave Rex. And he had a 2-race win streak snapped that day at Louisiana Downs. I thought he had a good trip. He broke from the inside post. He was able to save ground most of the way, and he just didn't fire. And I wonder if he's just sort of peaked as it pertains to a class level. He's found his level. He won the non-winners of 3 Life. They ran him in the 2X last time out, and he was just wanting. Tough outside post position he's going to have to overcome, but another horse that should get some pace to run at. This is a fun race on a fun afternoon of racing at Louisiana Downs. The Louisiana Cup Turf Classic. We take a look at my top picks in here. I want to see an improved performance by Trevillon with the blinkers on. I thought his race 3 starts back was promising at Evangeline. His last race was not good. He certainly underperformed at 17-10, but he has the tactical speed to sit a very nice trip just off of the leaders. And if the blinkers can get him sharp and a little bit more focused, he can run back to some of his races from 2019 on dirt, which would make him a strong contender in this field. So I want to take a little bit of a shot with the 2 Trevillon in the Louisiana Cup Turf Classic, race number 7 on Saturday with an approximate post of 5:49 Central. Good luck.